Hi everyone, it's Dash of Dave here, and I'm back for another crafty video. So yes, I realise I have been missing in action. I have had a very bad dose of COVID. I initially thought it was just I wasn't very well. I had a cold, but then it turned into COVID. I was testing and I was testing negative, and then all of a sudden I tested positive. And I've had a very difficult, rough time with it. So I am grateful to anybody that stuck around and supported me during this time. My voice still isn't quite back to normal. It still comes and goes. I have really seriously hurt my throat from the amount of coughing. There are times when I've turned blue, but you know, I think I've broken the back of the worst of it. I still have times when I move from being horizontal to vertical and vertical to horizontal, where I cannot breathe and I cough incessantly. But at the moment, unless I mention the word cough, I seem to be okay. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to make a journal, and because it's today for me, it is the 1st of January 2023, and I wanted to make a journal. Now I've had this book for some time, and I kind of want to turn it into something interesting. I quite like it to be a long book, and I just really need to use it basically. So I'm gonna take it apart. So I'm gonna turn it into something else, is what I'm planning to do. So I'm going to get a ruler and I'm going to cut. Now this just happens to have a line just here, and I don't know whether this is a measurement or not. Does it fall on any particular line? No. Might not be a good thing to use. Then I was just thinking, oh, I could do that, use that line, but you know what? I'm going to try and do this a bit more sensibly, a bit more logically. No, let's go back to the front. So, because I've been missing in action for so long, I've forgotten how to do what I want to do. I haven't forgotten at all. I do know what I'm doing. You know what? It does fall on a 15 line. Yeah, I'm going to cut it off there. I'm going to use that line. I don't care. And yeah, I'm so like I say, the other thing that was kind of overwhelming me is how to come back, because I have not been able to do anything. I've been watching other people, and then I've been feeling overwhelmed by what other people are doing and thinking, well, you know, do I need to do what they're doing? Sorry, I just need to have a drink. I have to keep my voice lubricated, I'm afraid, otherwise I tend to lose it. So yeah, so I've been struggling with, like, what do I do? Not keen on that ruler, to be fair. This is not the ruler you're looking for. This is the ruler I'm looking for, but I'll use that one. You know, you have a preference for a ruler. This is my preference. Not that little one. Brian also helped me tidy my craft room as well, while I was not feeling up to videos. So that has helped, because I can now see I can see the wood and the trees much clearer now, because I couldn't see the wood for the trees before. So I'm just going to put a few. Then now I realise I did change my blade before we came on air, and I realise I'm not going to be able to cut it in one go. What I want to do is I want to get a line going, and then I'll move the ruler down. Once the line's in there, I should then be able to just cut without the ruler. But let's get this other line in now. Yeah, so it's not been great. I really hope that none of you guys get it. I'm vaxxed and I'm boosted, and I've still got it, and I still got it quite bad. So, I really hope nobody else gets it. And if you have had it, my sympathies are with you, because I absolutely know how terrible it is. Sorry, I'm really going to have to hold the blade in a real awkward way, I think, because... Oh, hang on, there we go. We bend it, we might be able to get a bit more purchase on it. My strength is not what it was at the minute. I find everything to be exhausting to do. Oh, no, that's Dave. That's completely going off on a tangent there. You're just going, travelling the world by the looks of it, going around that globe. Yep, you were going around that globe. Let's try that. This is probably not the best thing to do, Dave, is cut towards you. Let's move your body out of the way. There you go. Cool. So I've cut it off. So I wanted it. I kind of got an idea in my head. Now, you know how normally you would, if you had a long book like this, you'd cut that bit off and that'd be turned in. I want to turn it out. I want to have it on the outside. And I want to have it built out. So we've got some, like a pocket maybe here, to tuck another journal into. These are all just ideas in my head, but this is the kind of thing that I was thinking anyway. So I'm going to use this piece as a line to cut the other side of it off, because then that should be the same size. If we do that to there, and then if I just do, maybe this is a silly thing to do there, but try and get a line in it first. And the other thing is, I have no idea what I'm talking about half the time. My memory is, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's completely like gone. It's not like I've lost my mind. I just seem to lose my train of thought a lot. But yeah, I had COVID at the very start when all of this happened. Well, before all of this happened, before the UK admitted to it being in the country anyway. And I think I've told you this, but like I had it back in July. No, see, I can't even get my words out. In January 2020 is when I first had COVID, which they told me retrospectively they thought was COVID, and it was a horrible. I've never been so poorly in my life, kind of issue. And then having had all the boosters and the jabs, and I kind of thought that I'd be, if I got it, I've got it, and it's going to be like a kind of a mild cold, and like no, that is not the case. By the way, this book is quite dirty. I might clean it up before I do anything with it. So what I wanted to do was have it so that I kept the spine. I didn't want to extend the spine. I kind of wanted to keep it, but because it has some kind of play in it anyway. But I wanted to have this on the outside, built up, so that I can tuck some things in. So I was thinking of having, this might not happen the way that I'm thinking, but I was thinking of having the bottom part of it as somewhere to tuck another book into, and then the top, the top half of it, like a built-out box. So this is a lid that lifts up. With the back, I have no idea. Maybe have that as an internal compartment inside. But that's kind of my thinking at the minute. Now, if I wanted to make that, what I'm going to do is, let's just give this a measure, and hopefully we've got some kind of measurement going on here. Well, we've got, if we go 11, We don't want it to go right to the edge anyway. So we've got 11 centimetres wide. And whatever I do, I need to have the full height of this. Let's just take this out for a minute. Sorry, I have uncontrollable bouts where I need to cough, so it gets terribly annoying. And like, I spent all my Christmas apologising. I was very poorly, by the way, very, very poorly. Luckily not on Christmas Day. I felt okay on Christmas Day. I felt unwell, but okay. And I felt like I was going a bit downhill on Boxing Day, but I was still testing negative. But it was the 27th. I was so poorly. I did not stop coughing all day. And your mortality goes through your head, doesn't it? So I felt very vulnerable on that day. But luckily, we got through it and I'm here. So I'm really sorry if anybody gets very annoyed with me for coughing. But there's not a lot I can do about it. So we've got it. It's going to be, so it's 11 centimetres by 38. So I want to have a side wall to be able to build a little channel. So I thought I'd use some more hardboard. I might need to double this up though. And I thought, I don't know how deep I want it to be. You know what I could really do with a clean ruler? That would be helpful. So myself and Brian tidied the craft room and cleaned everywhere. I just didn't clean all of my tools. Do you know why I think I'm coughing now? Is because I think I'm breathing in the fibres from cutting, and that was my fear, because I can't do things like, I can't shake rugs or plump up cushions or anything like that at the minute, because I only need a few particles in my lungs to start me off again. So, but we're here and we're going to carry on. So what I would like, this is a similar sort of size. Oh my gosh, would you Adam and Eve that? So I want to keep it this sort of height, 38 centimetres. But I want it to be, I don't know whether 2 centimetres deep would be too much. Let's use this as an idea. 2 centimetres. It's quite deep, isn't it? 1.5 maybe. Yeah, let's go 1.5. I know that I'll regret it, because I'll be like, I want it to be a lot better if it was deeper. Let's do 2 centimetres. I'm just thinking I'll regret it otherwise. I know it's going to make it chunky, but hey, after Christmas everything's a bit chunky. I know certainly I am. So you think that being poorly means that you would have lost weight, but basically all I've done is I've eaten the things that I wanted to eat, that I felt like eating, because my taste buds have been all over the place. So I've eaten what I wanted to, rather than what necessarily is good for me, and so therefore I haven't lost weight. So that's not 2 centimetres, Dave. That's not even the right line. There you go, Dave. That's more like it. That's it. So, like I say, it's been been a bit rough, and I thought I was going to be able to be okay. I mean, I haven't coughed all day today, of course, because I want to do a video. I'm going to cough, aren't I? So, what I might do is I might have to edit this video so I eliminate the coughing from it. Because I don't want to annoy anybody. But I'm just glad to be kind of being back. You know what it is? I'm glad to feel like I'm able to do stuff a lot of the time, even though, you know, I've not been coughing all this time. I think I've had days where I've had horrendous coughing, or where I couldn't breathe because my sinuses were all blocked. But I've also just not felt like doing anything. And today I felt like doing something, but now my lungs have other ideas. I'm so sorry for coughing. Oh, I had some nice Christmas presents, one of which I meant to bring upstairs and I completely forgot. Vic bought me a mini printer. So it's a Kodak Step, it's called. It uses Kodak ink, Kodak paper cartridges, which are called zinc. Zinc, I think they're called. Oh yeah, zinc, because as in the metal zinc, but with it spelt with a K rather than with a C. Z-I-N-K, yeah, zinc. And it's fantastic. I love it. I need to order myself some more paper though. And Brian bought me. Ta-da! I've got a big bike now. So I wanted one for a long time, and I now have one. So thank you so much to Vic and Brian. They bought me other things as well, but they're like the biggest. I love both of those things. You know me, I like a gadget. So, and then yeah, but I had a load of other things bought for me as well, which was lovely. So my voice is going to start going now because I'm coughing a lot. So, you know what I might need to do? I might need to get my face masks out again so that I'm not breathing this in. So next time I speak to you, if I'm muffled, you'll know why. So that's the side. That's 3 of them, and then I need to decide how big do I want. So I want to have a. So this is going to have. It's really hard for you to imagine, but it's going to have this bit down one side, this bit at the top. Then it's going to have a divider, and then I want to decide how big. I'm going to have a compartment down here that I can slot another journal into here. So deciding that size of journal. Now obviously I'm going to make my journal, so it's entirely up to me how big I want it. Now I was thinking I wanted kind of a flip up kind of long pad that would maybe sit in there as a, you can take it out of its box, or it might sit as part of it, or I don't know. So really it's about that size is how big I want it. No, Dave, you can't do that. No, Dave. So maybe, I don't know, what we're saying, 16 centimetres. So if I take 16 centimetres off this, whatever's left is how big the top bit will be. So luckily I am, although, technically if I'm poorly I can claim back my leave, I won't be claiming it back. I am on leave until the 9th of January, so I've got a bit more time to recuperate before I have to go back to work. The measurements have completely gone off there, haven't they? So don't know what happened there, Dave. What happened there? That's 16. That's definitely on the 16. Well, so is that, according to that. Is that, well, that one must be off then. It's slightly off, isn't it? Line those two up then. I know that they're both definitely 16s. Yeah, okay. Now, what am I doing? What am I cutting this for? I don't know what I'm cutting. See, you guys can't leave me unattended for 5 minutes. I need to cut another piece of this. Good. Oh, good. Let's cut another piece of this because, honestly, my ability to breathe is not being interfered with in any way, shape, or form. 2. That's 3, Dave. Wow. Don't know why I suddenly started measuring over there. And I want it to be 16. Oh, that's fine. Going down to there will be fine. Let's do that. We don't even need to do that though, we just need to cut it. There. There. Where did the other one there? I'm trying to cut my fingers off either. Oh, by the way, if you're thinking, oh, poor him, he's been slicing bits off himself. The red stuff is not blood. You're pleased to hear. Hopefully you're pleased to hear, anyway. The red bit is, I'm also going to be making a few other journals. I'm determined to make some journals. And I've got a whole load of file folders. And I liked this, but it wasn't red enough, so I dyed it. So I've made it even redder. So that's where the red came from. And it's currently, one thing to say about if you're going to dye anything is cover your hands and cover the entire surface, because now everything's got a tinge of pink to it, including the radiator against which that is drying. Because you forget about these things, and then you just put them on the radiator, and then the next thing you know, you've got a red radiator, you've got drips on the floor, you've got your desk is red. Yeah, it was all a bit of carnage, actually, really. So 16 there. So yeah, like I say, I'm sorry about all the coughing, and I hope you'll forgive me for being so noisy. But I'm glad to be back. Trying not to cough. It's definitely breathing in them things. Hopefully the board cutting is kind of over. I forgot to take the price sticker off this, but I don't think it's really going to matter if it doesn't come off. Oh, it does. So let's take a layer off with it, never mind. No. Oh no, it doesn't have any more price stickers. So, right, what I want to do is I want to give this a bit of a clean up now. I'm going to file some of these edges as well, which I just thought that's not going to be a good idea, is it? Might have to mask myself up before I do that. But let's clean these bits with some paper. Got a paper towel here, and I think this is, if I remember rightly, yep, it's alcohol. So there's only a tiny bit left, but I've got more. Just not in here. I'm just going to give this a spritz over and get this up. Just kind of clean it up as much as I can. It's just got covered in bits from when you're spraying stuff and you're dyeing of the stuff, and it's kind of in the way. It's in the splatter zone. It's just that, but it's picked up. It's nothing sitting. I promise you, it's nothing sinister. I think they get dirty as well. I think it might have been dirty when I bought it, so it might be something sinister. It might be cast off from an ancient murder, but I hope not. So I've just scratched it off with my nail. So give it a bit more of a scratch. There you go. Makes it a bit cleaner. It's not necessary. I'm not necessarily going to keep the imagery. I don't know whether I'm going to keep the Reader's Digest at the minute. I'm contemplating that. So this bit also has, I noticed it was dirty. I'll give this a bit of a clean. Like I say, we'll cover it up with the stuff, and we'll make it look. We'll scrape the real grunge off it, and we'll put some of our own on instead. So, I'm really hoping that isn't anything sinister now. I've scraped it off with my nail, which I need to cut, and my nails are filthy at the minute. So, from all of the stuff I've been doing, I think that might need a bit of water on it. It's not coming off with alcohol. Sometimes you need a bit of water, but not too much, because water obviously saturates stuff. So just gives it a bit of a clean up. There you go. That's that bit. The back bit's not too bad. Yeah, it's just got. I don't know whether that's something that's pulled the. No, I thought that had pulled the surface off, but it isn't. It's something. It's pulled the surface off something else. So never mind. We won't worry about that. So now what we need to do is we need to look at the construction of this. So I need to file this down. So I am going to have to cover my face up with something. I do have a tea towel here. Oh, something's just fallen off as a result of me stretching the wire. So I've got a tea towel here, which is clean, regardless of what you think. If I start to go muffled, you'll know why. I've also got a peg here. So I can either use a peg or a bulldog clip, I guess, to kind of just hold it in place. Might have to be a bulldog clip because the peg isn't working. Where are the face masks that we all used when you need them? Okay, so I've got that in place. I might have gone muffled now, though, I will just point out. So the muffling is because I'm just going to file these down, and I don't want to breathe in all of these fibres. So try not to talk too much. So if in the next video I'm muffled, you'll know why. You've got insider knowledge. Because I am trying to breathe. It's always a good thing. It's highly... See, that's what you get for talking. Don't need that. I was going to sand that. I don't actually need it, so... Right, sorry, just bear with me while I try and mop up. I'm also going to spray a bit of water into the air because that'll capture any particles and drag them down. Well, definitely that is the key, is not to get particles in your breath, Dave. And I think that's what was making me cough, you know, when I was trying to do the Happy Mail video is the strong sense. Anything like that was just like making me cough. So I've sanded those down now, and now what we want to do is we want to start some kind of assembly of them. So I was looking to see how long I've been going for, and I can't remember. So, and I've just realised my clock stopped as well up there. That might also need to be sanded. So just bear with me a second while I put this back on again. In fact, I might give that a squirt of water. To help. Put your peg back on. Okay. See, that's where I went off pieced there, but I think what we're going to have to do is cover it with something anyway, because I'm not happy with this edge. So this bit is the bit where I went off pieced, so I think I'm going to have to cover that, because I'm not going to be able to get it to go smooth without taking a huge amount off. So I'll cover it in something. Oh, I know what I've got. Leslie very kindly sent me in the Happy Mail some lovely washi tape from Tim Holtz. So I think that might be what we cover these edges up with, which we'll probably need to do before we make any kind of attempt at... Oh, I really like that one. Not sure. That one or that one. It needs to be a fairly wide one. You know what? I really like that one. So I'm going to put this. Is that going to fit? Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to put this over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this bit down with a bit of wet glue first, just to kind of bind the fibres together. Just kind of keep it all in place. When I put the washi tape on, it doesn't all stick out and look messy. I have like a massive bulge on it, so okay, so you're not going to see the underside because that's going to be glued down, but that edge you're going to see. I'm going to put something on it, which means that I'm probably now going to keep the the front as it is. I'm just going to tear that off there, and then I'm going to flip it over so that I can line it up properly. Can get my finger off. So while I've been not very well, what has been keeping me company is I've watched a few crafty videos, but you know what I've loved most I have caught up with my favourite detective of all time. I like a bit of murder mystery. Don't like the gruesome stuff. I like the detective nature, and I'm a bit old school when it comes to it. But I've been watching Miss Marple, and specifically, I know that everybody thinks that I think it's Joan Sims. Everybody says Joan Sims is the best, and I'm not taking away from your opinion here, but my Miss Marple is the one I grew up with when I was younger. The one in the 80s was Joan Hickson. So who's the other one? Can't remember what the other lady's name was, but there's one that's a black and white version, and they all think that she's somebody Sims, and it's Joan Hickman for me is the Hickson. Is the Miss Marple of choice for me. I love it. And I've been able to catch up watching those. I found it on in the UK. It's on UK TV Play, and it's a commercial channel, so I have to watch adverts and stuff. It's not a streaming channel. Well, it does stream. It streams through the internet, but it's still got adverts on. But nevertheless, it's well worth it. I've found all 3 seasons on there, and I've been sitting watching those, and I have loved it. So she's kept me company as Miss Marple. So I definitely prefer Miss Marple to what's his face? Poirot. I love Agatha Christie generally, but I prefer Miss Marple to Poirot. Although I have liked is it Kenneth Branagh's version? I've enjoyed those. But yeah, I'm a bit of a Miss Marple fan, and she's kept me company, like I say. So it's nice to have. I've been really craving. Every Christmas I crave to watch some Miss Marple. It must be a link to my past. But I also think that nothing says Christmas like an Agatha Christie. So yeah, I've just put some glue down, because although this is much stickier washi tape than most washi tapes, you know what washi tapes can be like these days. They don't stick to anything, so they don't stick to themselves, let alone anything else. But I've put something down just because I want it to really truly stick, and although it's a Tim Holtz one and it has got a good grip to it, I want to make sure that it's fully adhered. And I'll cut that bit off with a pair of scissors, obviously. That'd be useful if I cut it off with a pair of scissors. I'll sort the ends out at a later date. I just kind of want to get the shape in place. Now, I'm not necessarily going to stick it all down properly. I'm going to stick the bits in. Oh, interesting, isn't it? Didn't stack properly. There we go. I want to get all the things in place, and then I can stick it when I'm ready. So it's going to go like that. So it's going to have this edge down here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick these fibres together because they're fraying. Just a bit messy, but if you stick them down, then they're a bit more. They're more robust if they're stuck together. If they're not all peeling apart. Yeah. the other part of that sticker, prize sticker. And maybe this is the point where I should really think about covering these so that they've got something over the top of them. Or do I cover them as part of that edge? I'll cover them as part of that edge. Okay, so that's going to go like that. Let's try and stand it up so that it needs to be leant against something, Dave. Lean it against something. Lean it against the glue. There we go. That's where it's going to go. Then we're going to have one of them at the top. Have one. Can't remember what we said. Oh, yeah, that's the long. That's the other side. So that'll go there. That's going to go there. Oh. It's going to be like dominoes now, isn't it? When you move one, the whole thing, they're all going to fall over. Like that. And then that's going to go like that. Is that right? No, Dave. Because you haven't cut that the right size. Because that's supposed to be down here. Dave, you idiot. You prize fool. Well, you know, mistakes are the key to invention, aren't they? So maybe I'll have this as a little flip-up box. It's going to have to be at the top. No, I want it to be long. I want it to be long. So I'm just going to have to do this again. I'm just going to have to cut that again. Because that's going to be my little book that slots in from the side there. And this is the one that needs a full side on it. So, it's not that measurement, it's the other measurement I need, Dave. So, you are going to hang around with me, folks, until I've done this. So it's 22 is what I need. So I need to cut another piece of that greyboard. Joy. Another piece of greyboard. Is this 22? It's not quite 22. Does it matter? If we put it on internally, will it matter? No. Let's cut that bit. What I mean internally is if I put it between the two bars that way, put it that way, then that should make a box, because this is thick enough to make up the difference. Yeah, it's fine. So we want this to be 2. I'm really sorry about this. Just the idea of cutting this is making me cough. Oh, that's nowhere near even being a 2. I've completely butchered that measurement. There you go. That's 2. Just cut this bit. So you know what? I'm going to learn from my lesson. I'm going to put my mask on. I mean, I guess in theory I should do this anyway when I'm cutting this greyboard, because it is fibrous, and any fibres in your lungs are not very good for you. So it just tells me that my lungs haven't recovered yet, so that's obvious every morning. If you heard me every morning, I sound like I've been smoking 50 Capstan a day. Don't know whether anybody remembers what a Capstan cigarette is. I think they were unfiltered. I have to sand this as well. Doesn't need a huge amount of sanding, luckily. Just smooth it out a bit. Yep, that smoothed it down, cool. I'm going going to spray a bit of water in the air. Take this off. Right. Let's try this again then, shall we? Okay, so I'm thinking I want to find something to cover this with for now, even if I overcover it again. Overcover it? Cover over it. Over what? Eh? What? What are you talking about, Dave? I have no idea. Or could you just use some of this gummed stuff, couldn't I? Use the gummed stuff, or I could use this. Is this wide enough? Nope. The gum stuff wide enough. Is it? It is indeed. Good. So, you know what? I'm going to make this decision for myself. I'm going to cover it over whether I like it or not. That way around, I think. Now, I know most of you would probably have just gone in with a bit of glue on that, but you know, I like to go the full gummed tape experience. I want to get it butted up against that line. Yep. As butted up as we can get it anyway. There we go. Gone for the full gummed tape experience there. And if I cover it over at the end, and then what I'll do is I'll cut that bit there. I'll cut that bit off. Cut this bit off. And then that flap should just flap over that edge, and that might actually help with the, in fact I'm going to do that bit now. No, we don't want to lose it completely, do we, Dave? Because we want to wrap it around that raw edge. Good thing about gum tape is you can lick it again. Okay. That takes me back, licking gummed tape. You don't have to lick anything these days. You don't have to lick the back of a stamp anymore, do you? So we use more of this gum strip. That's too short for that bit, but it'll do for this bit. That's the bit we don't need anyway, isn't it? Is it? Yeah. We need those ones. Yeah. I've forgotten how much saliva you need for these things. Saliva live-o. But you know, I'm young enough to remember the days of offices where you had to lick the back of things, envelopes as well. You don't have to lick them anymore. You don't have to lick envelopes, you don't have to lick stamps, you don't have to lick what's the other things that we used to lick a lot of? Labels. Those days are gone. There we go. That bit. So we've got this one. That's going to be the side. That's going to be one of the exterior ones. The interior one we only have to do the edge of. Sorry, the end of. So we have this as the internal one. You're only going to see the end of this, so I'm only going to cover the end of it. And I'm going to mostly snip off. Just cover that bit there. Might need a bit of glue on it, just to get that flap to stay down. And that flap there. Okay. Probably a bit meticulous at this stage, but you know, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well, isn't it? So that's that bit. There we go, and that's that one. So that's an external. We'll call that the top. That's the middle one. Although I've just thought you are going to see it. You're going to see the inside of it. Oh, I'm not too worried about that. We'll cover that. I think we're going to cover the inside anyway. We'll kind of overlay something on the inside. And then the bottom one, you're going to see the bottom edge of. Let's put that back off. I need to buy some more of that at some point. It was a being thrown out from work old office find, that one, but I'm sure, well, I'm hoping you can still buy gummed tape. I think it's kind of coming back into fashion, isn't it? It's we're all trying to be a bit more environmentally friendly, and the glues that we use on these things isn't necessarily the best for the environment, I mean. So I think it's kind of coming back into fashion now to have gum on the back of things, except for stamps. Like we're still going in that direction with stamps, with the pre-glued stuff. In fact, in the UK, the stamps are changing as of the end of this month, 21st of this month, I think. They will have to have a barcode on them. So you won't be able to post them unless they've got a barcode. I'm really sorry, I'm going to have to blow my nose. Probably just entirely paper fibres. Oh, no, strangely enough, and just not very, not something you really necessarily want to know, but all that red spray that I sprayed on that thing, that's what basically it came out my nose then. So, okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to have this on the edge. So let's stick that down. First of all, we're going to stick this to here as well. Right, we could do with a long bead of glue, which means that I require it to behave and actually come out. So come out wherever you are. There we go. Hopefully that'll come out now. So hopefully we can get a nice bead of glue. Oh, we can. Right, okay, that's a bit much, Dave. You with your steady hand. I was being ironic when I said steady. Oh well. So I've got glue on it. And then we need a bit of glue. Well, let's put this bit on first. I'll put this bit on here. Put it up to that edge. Bring it down a bit. Right, I'm going to glue that bit on there. So that overhang of tape was perfect, because then that sticks to there. Which means now we can flap that forward a little bit. Oh no, we can't yet, because it's not glued. It's not completely glued yet, Dave. Cool, let's get that on there. Rub. Okay, so now flip that forward a little and put a bead of glue in there. Which I hope will mean that this will stick down to here. Now we need it to stay there. Kind of make a connection, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that, to be fair. Not necessarily thought this through. Let's all sit here and watch glue dry. Do with something to hold that. Oh, maybe that. No, this might be too much force and like it'll fall. It might not even go over. Is that going to work? No. Is that going to work? No. Is the answer. Maybe like that. And this side. Maybe that side. That, and then we could do something to hold that middle bit. Excuse me while I jiggle things, but I'm hoping. No, that's not going to go around there. That isn't. I'm going to have to hold that bit. Well, we'll see if this works or not, won't we? You know what I should have done? I should have used 3-in-1 or Kalal or something like that. I think that would have been better. But we're using this, so we'll see what happens. Has it bonded? I don't know. It's the first time I've ever done this. See, this is what you get for having been ill and just lying there thinking, I wonder if I could do this. Well, we'll see. So let's put this end on. Let's put a bit of glue on there. I'm going to put a bit of glue on there now, actually. Ideal opportunity, I can spread it all out. So, I mean, remember it's going to have a lid on it as well, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I could do with a bit of glue between the two. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect, but hey, Dave, look, it's your first rodeo on this, in this realm of being creative. This is what you get for being creative, Dave. Told you about this. I've had words before. Oh well, that'll do, I think. I'll put the bottom one on. Flip that out a bit. And then wipe that over the top. And cover that bottom edge. Bit of glue. Stick that on there. Line I think it's going to need some kind of binding around that corner, but never mind, we'll do that at a later date. That can kind of just hold there. Hopefully that will stick down. Yep, and then we need to figure out where we're going to stick this. You know, it'd be great if I could stick it on one of these lines. That's the only straight line, I think, though. I can't put it there. I've decided I didn't want it there. We want it to be about here. About this. Oh, about there. Starts at that line. Don't know where the squareness of that line is. Let's just do that. So if we say from there to there, and then from there to there. So if I stick that there, it should be straight, is it? Meh. Meh. Oh, that's not. One of them's not straight. 16 from the top edge of this. Yeah, that's 16, and then from the top edge of this might be not straight. That's why. Top edge of there, 16. I guess that's it or it. So if I do there to there, oh, that's alright. We're doing that anyway. Which one's straighter? This one. Leveler, I mean. See what that line is now. No, that's right. Although Dave, you could do with a bit there. You idiot. Where is that line? There, I think it is. There we go. That is going to go there. So this is kind of it might not be straight. It's not perfect. It's definitely not. Oh wow, wow! It's definitely not perfect. But don't want to ruin all my chances here by wobbling it too much. You know what? I don't care. That's fine. 16. No, where it was 16. Okay, it's not straight. It goes in, it's fine. So, there. And then this is going to sit on here, like this. And that's going to be the front of it. Okay, so I'm going to have some kind of a strap that folds. Oh, that end. Oh, that needs the other side gluing in. But you have something like a strap that holds it in on this side, so when you flip it over, the book doesn't fall out. But this side needs some tape on it, which I haven't done. Sorry, I haven't talked it. Well. Spoken as much in this video as I would normally, but my ability to speak is completely impaired, so my voice has got better. If you noticed, it's not quite as deep as it was when we started the video. Yeah, I've coughed more, so that's weird. never mind. No idea what's going on there. I mean, like, I'm speaking like a Dalek most of the time. I've been off. Maybe because I've relaxed into it. Put that there. Oh, that doesn't need a flap on this side, does it? So I'm going to like curl that in. I don't need a flap because there's no edge to glue it to. So I'll just I'm trying not to lick the greyboard, which I didn't do a very good job of, did I? Just lick the greyboard. I'm just going to glue that round itself. There we go. Cool. So, and then this bit is going to go on this side. It's going to go that way up, I think. Yep. Let's be consistent, Dave. Try and put a bead of glue down that edge without waving around too much. Stick that one down. Put that. Oh, we're going to put it on the outside, are we? Yep, we're putting it on the outside because that's where it wants to go. Oh, and except for Dave. Before you do that, let's put some more glue on it because I'll have to take it off. I need to put some glue down this end. Oh, is it there? Oh, it's going on the outside, isn't it? So it's this edge. No, this edge, Dave. It's easier to do it there. And there. So. And just glue it down. And hope for the best. Hope it glues to that. And to that. Whilst also gluing down. There we go. So that's going to go on like that. Obviously I'm not going to glue it down because this needs to also have some kind of a compartment cut out of it. So maybe that's something we do sooner rather than later. Do I have the whole thing to flap up? Yes. Well, it's going to have to get cut at some point, isn't it? So good if I actually had an idea. I should have done this before. I know. These things I know, but they didn't happen. So this is what's happening now. So this could either go horribly right or horribly wrong, and we're hoping for the former, the horribly, not go horribly anything, but no, terribly right or terribly wrong, and we're hoping for the terribly right rather than the terribly wrong. Let's hope the crafting gods are looking down on me, smiling in a positive kind of way, not in a we're going to ruin his day kind of way. See, if I do that there, then that takes it to there, so which means the line is there. But is that in the right place? Because that's not on the line that I've just drawn. That's going to take it to here. Do with a really sharp knife. You know what? Don't have a sharp knife. Let's sharpen a knife, Dave. Want something doing, do it yourself. Not recommended for anybody that not confident with a knife. And even if you are confident with a knife, Don't be a loon like me. I want to be a loon. Oh no, I want to be alone. No, you see, that's not in the right place. That's not going to sit on that edge, so it needs to be there. Does it need to be there? Yes, it does, because this has to sit on all three sides. And that bit doesn't have to. That will sit on those two sides, even if it doesn't sit on that one. So there, I'm thinking, wherever that is, that's how much away? About half, so it's going to be 16.5, isn't it, that? Yeah, let's do 16.5. It's slightly under there. But we're going to go 16.5. 16.5. Oh, much better with a sharp pencil. 16.5. We're going to do it on that line there, and that's where we're going to cut it. And we're going to be confident about it, and we're going to do it, and we don't care. We do care. We don't care. We do care. But we do care. Here we go. There's one or two things that we can do. We're either going to get it right, or we're not. We're hoping that we're going to get it right. But even if we don't get it right, everything is fixable. There is a solution to every problem. You just haven't necessarily thought about it at the time. It's usually a good thing, because if you're not thinking about it, you're not planning for it. So you're planning for the correct outcome. Just don't have the strength. Okay. Cool. So bring this back into shot, move all of them out of the way. So hopefully that sits up there now. It sits on the thing at least. Does it sit on the thing either side? It sits on the thing either side. It kind of does. That bit needs to sit on there. And does it? Oh, it does. Oh, thank goodness for that. Yay, it does. Right, I'm just going to stick it down. No. Before I stick it down, I want to put something on this edge. It's cut nice and cleanly. I don't have to sand it. But I want to put some of that washi tape, that same washi tape on this, I think. Thanks, Leslie, for sending me these. Really appreciated. Perfect. Came in so useful, as you can see. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue it. Maybe I'm not. Oh no, maybe I am. I'll do whatever the glue wants to do. Basically, I'm not in the mood for arguing. So, wipe that bit off. Wipe that bit across there. And wipe that bit over there. And a lot of wiping going on. And then wipe my fingers would be a good idea. Oh, on that. Wipe my fingers off. There's Worcester coming to see me. I thought I heard him. Oh no. Cut out the middle, man, Dave. He's gone straight downstairs. So. Oh, I've just had a message. Oh no, 50 minutes ago. Saying that my lovely man's on his way. might even be stuck outside. Because sometimes if I leave the lock in the door, he has just messaged me. He can't get in. Right, hold that thought. Back in a second. Yeah, back. That way then, I don't want to edit. I don't have to. So, there we go. So, put that over. Cool. So, that can go on there. Right, I'm going to glue this down now. All three sides, Dave. It is slightly bent on that end. But I hope that'll sort itself out. Maybe I should have done that. That way then I know it's going to get in the right place. I'm not going to take it off completely, I'm just going to smooth it out. It's just there as extra glue that way then. It's going to go there. Line up with that edge. Like that. And then that's going to sit there. It needs to line up slightly that way. Don't stick quite so much there yet. That's where it needs to line up to there, Dave. And a slight overhang on here. There we go. That's that bit, and then I'm hoping these. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put this back on. Hopefully you can still hear me. Oh no. Keeps falling off. So I'm hoping this will have a big enough span to be able to hold on to there. Nope, it doesn't. So you know what else I'm going to do then. And if it doesn't have a big enough span, I'm going to deploy the lighter of the two bricks. This one. I'm going to stick that on there, and then that is where we are for now. So this is going to be a tuck here for a book. This is going to be a flip up. So it will flip up somehow and have something else in there. And then that will go together like that on there. And that'll be that. So anyway, that's it. So that's it for today. Well, for now. I mean, I say today because I don't think I'm going to be recording anything else tonight, but I might do something tomorrow. Tomorrow for us for me is the 2nd of January, but for me it will be the 1st because Vic's been at work, so we'll be celebrating it as though it's New Year's Day. We've got some lamb, some roast potatoes and a roast meal. Brian's coming over, so it's our New Year's Day meal. So just a day late. So anyway, that's it. So thank you very much for joining me. Sorry about all the coughing. I'm going to go and have some time with my lovely partner, Vic, and I will see you all in the next video. So, oh, by the way, before I go, just wanted to say a massive, massive thank you. So I wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody who has continued to support me in 2022. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your messages. Thanks for your comments. Especially thanks for your well wishes over this period while I've not been very well. Anybody that's emailed me, anybody that's bought me a coffee, anybody that's supported me through Ko-fi, those people are in 2022. Those people are Christina Hall. So these are all people who've either bought me a coffee or given me some money through Ko-fi. This is Christina Hall, Jodie Martin, Sylvia Torres, Marcia McClinnis, Jodie Breslin, Leslie Pethybridge, Tavain, Dawn Lewis, Sandra Eckert, Maureen Hooper, Trisha White, Ozjan, Joe Thornton Cousins, Catherine with a K, and Shirley Meldrum of I Want a Peacock. So thank you so much for those people that have supported me in 2022. Really grateful. And Happy New Year to everybody. So I wish you all the very best for 2023. I wish you all the love and happiness that you could ever wish for. Thank you for being around. Thank you for supporting me. Sorry for me coughing through this video, but I am genuinely grateful for all of your love and support. So remember, I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and don't make 2023 that reason. All right then, you all take care, and I'm going to go and have a nice coughing fit now, and I will see you all very soon. Take care, folks. Love to you all. Happy New Year. Bye. See you soon. Bye.